Hi everybody, Andy here. For our beginning lesson, I'm going to show you some chords, a little scale thing, and a little scale to remember. But first we need to tune. Here's a low E. Here's an A. Here's a D. And here's a G. And a B. And another E. E, A, D, G, B, E. The way you memorize those strings is you memorize this phrase: eat a darn good breakfast every day. I've said that before in another video. Okay, so first, once you're in tune, first thing I'm going to show you is an E minor chord, where you finger two of your fingers on the second fret here. So I want you to place your second finger on the fifth string. We count the strings from the bottom one, the highest sounding one, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what you do is you place your second finger on the fifth string on the second fret. So go up. See all these frets here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. Put it on the second fret. Okay, so there you are. There you have it, your second finger. Now take your third finger and put it on the second fret on the fourth string. So it's right underneath it. It's not really underneath it, it's kind of like next to it, because you have enough space here. Your fingers are scrunched together, but you have enough space here to put both fingers on the same fret like this. So here you go, second finger and third finger. There you go. All right, now you can strum all 6 strings for this chord. You've heard that. Everyone's heard that chord before. Right. So there you go. So now what I want you to do is I want you to strum downstrokes like this. There you go, you got a chord. Now start counting like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now you're counting in time. You're in 4/4. So now what you can do is you can go, instead of just down, 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 you can go down, down, up, down, down. And you got a nice little rhythm happening. Down. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now let's do 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Those ands are called eighth notes. Just the downstrokes are called quarter notes. So you got quarter notes and eighth notes. So now we're going to go down, down, up, down, down, up, or down, down, and, down, down, and, or 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. All right, enough explaining. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, right, so there you have it. You got your first chord and your first strumming. Now, the key is to learn another chord, right? So you start to sound a little bit musical than, you know, just strumming one chord. So now what we're going to do is we're going to learn the A chord. The A chord, you have to use one more finger to finger 3 places. This is an A minor chord. Mind you, once again, this is an E minor chord. Now I'm going to show you the A minor chord. Okay? This is one where I actually do not strum the sixth string. You can, but what you're doing is you're picking when you do, you're hitting a note that's in the scale or in the chord, but it's, you know, it's below the bottom, the bass note, which they call the tonic, which is on the 5th string. So anyway, I'll explain that a little more right now. But anyway, here we go. So just like the E minor, you place your second finger on the 4th string this time instead of the 5th, and you place your 3rd finger on the 3rd string. Okay? So it's like different string sets. So you were placing them on the 5th and 4th before, and now it's the 4th and 3rd. Okay. Now you see your first finger is nice and free. So that's the finger we're going to use to complete this chord. Your first finger is going to go on the 2nd string. 2nd string right there, but not on the 2nd fret, the 1st fret. So it fits really nicely there. If you can see, you got this one, and that one. Your pinky not doing nothing. So here we go. Okay, now this will get a little hard to get used to, and don't be discouraged because you'll be hitting your G string. I mean your low E string sometimes. In fact, if you hit it, it'll still sound good. But you can get used to, after you look down at your pick for a while, you can get used to just picking down the 5 strings instead of that 6th string with it. So you can listen to me do that. Now let's do down, down, up, down, 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 down. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. All right, good. Now, the key is, the other one was down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. So now the key is to be able to switch from the E minor to the A minor now. So this is going to take some time to get used to. This is a good way to learn. Put your hand on your knee for a second, and then go back and finger it. Like I told you, 2nd finger, 2nd fret, and 3rd finger, 2nd fret on the 4th string. And that's a good way to learn these. The A string, put your hand down for a minute and go back. Keep on doing that until you start, your hands start to remember, the brains in your hands start to memorize it, right? Okay. So here we go. So now, you want to practice, take as much time as you need to, going from one to the other. One to the other. All right, now, here we go. Now we're going to learn to strum them. First, just downstrokes. Okay, now this is the key. You want to you're going to probably want to do that even slower, like a slow march. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. The key is you're gonna want to develop it so like you don't have to stop. You don't have to stop walking to get the other chord. That way you're being musical and you're keeping in the tempo. Because this is what a lot of beginners do. They do this. Because they're still learning the chords. And so they have to stop and place their fingers there. But what you want to learn how to do is to keep that rhythm happening and not stop. That way, if a drummer was going, dun, ta, dun, dun, ta, he could play with you. When you first start, you know, you're going to be stopping and starting, but that's your goal. You want to keep the rhythm the same. And then you can start learning how to do the down, down, up, down, down, up, down. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and Alright, very good. So you got those 2 chords. Alright. So now let's learn a scale. Let's learn how to do a scale. This is going to be on your bottom string. You're going to learn on your bottom string. You're going to play an E, an F sharp. Okay, this is called the E natural minor scale, and you're going to learn it. It's an E, and then 2nd fret, and then 3rd fret. 5th fret, these coincide with the dots too on your guitar. 7th fret, 8th fret, that one is in between the dots, 8th fret, and this one is in between them, on close to this one, 10th fret, and then finally 12th fret. So notice that this is same note, just an octave higher. So here you go. Then you learn to go back down. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. Here's a little melody you can learn now. You've all heard that before. Okay, so what I did is I went 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and then back down to 2nd fret, and then 1st. And then I did that again, open E, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and then I slid all the way up to the 7th fret. The B there. And then this is the most tricky part. You slide back down to the 2nd fret. And then slip to the 3rd fret. And then open A. Alright. So, You're learning scales already. Very good. Okay, now here's one more thing I'm going to show you right now. This is called the E minor pentatonic scale, and it sounds bluesy. It sounds like you're playing some rock or some blues finally, okay? So you're going to learn this right away. You get to utilize all the open notes, but you have to fret one note per string on the strings. So you're going to start on your first string, your high E string, and you are going to, I'm going to say, use your third finger and place it on this G. Okay? And now lift off. So that was 3rd fret. 3rd fret G. Okay, now do this on the same string, do the same thing on the next string. Okay, 3rd fret. 3rd fret, open. 3rd fret, open. Okay, now the next 2 strings are going to be on the 2nd fret. Then, so if it's on the 2nd fret, you can use your 2nd finger. So use your 2nd finger there, and then this one. Okay, so far you've learned. Okay, let's move on. This one is also on the 2nd fret. Okay, and then last but not least, the last one is back on the 3rd fret. So 3rd fret to open, 3rd to open, 2nd to open, 2nd to open, 2nd to open, those 3, and then back to 3rd to open. I'm calling this open because there's no frets, so that's why they call it open. All right, so very good. So check it out. All right, I'm picking every one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that note, and then I'm going to lift off and fling my finger down a little bit. That's called a pull-off. All right? This is called a hammer-on. That's after you pick a string. Okay, hammer-ons and pull-offs. But for now, we're doing the pull-off. So you pick, pull-off. Next string. Now go back to 2nd fret and do it here. All right, here it is faster. All right, there's your first scale, the pentatonic minor scale.